if you speak to a true artist about how the art comes about, many times an artist would use a word like I don't know, it just kind of comes into me and then it needs to come out. You know, it doesn't make a difference whether it's music, painting, and so on and so forth. And yet you have people who are not artists. They just don't have that need to create. Some people could learn how to draw, but does not mean that they are artists. An artist is that unexplained urge when you have to make things to come out. And therefore your art, you know, let's go this way, not everybody has that chip inside of him for creativity. So not everybody needs to create things. And that could manifest itself in the need to creativity in many things. For example, you could be if you are a true artist, you could have all of a sudden, let's say you are a painter. All of a sudden you feel a tremendous need, or let's say you engage in something, let's say like cooking, and you express yourself through the cooking. Because when you cook it depends what kind of cooking, but it could become a form of art. Or need to subside that urge to create, to produce something. And that's why chefs could be cooks. Today everybody's a chef. Everybody wants to be a Gordon Ramsay, you know, everybody is a chef. Everybody should learn how to cook, but not everybody is a chef. It takes a lot to become a chef. And that's in a way a God-given gift for a person that wants to do that, to create. And if you haven't felt it, well, it's nothing to be ashamed or to feel bad, or you're just not an artist. You know, you have gifts in other things, you know, in other fields. But it's very difficult to explain that. You can go like dry for a long period of time, and then all of a sudden it will come out. You know, this need will come out, and you can like bang out, I don't know, like I said, 2 paintings in half an hour. I don't know, I'm just exaggerating, but you know, just like, there's a flood. Sometimes you'll get like a floodgate. You know, you paint every day and you knock them out, or you do sculpting or poetry or cooking or whatever it is. You have it. So that's a gift. Again, not everybody has the chip inside of them. Not everybody has the ability to be mechadesh chidushim b'Torah. Not everybody has that. Not everybody could be, and that's the manifestation of the person. Let's say, for example, you have the Brisker Rav on one end, and let's say you have, Rav Ovadia on the other end. Different type of, how does it come out, you know? One can write 1 book in his life, one can write 50 books in his life. It doesn't mean that the one who wrote 50 is better, you know. It's just a different way of expressing yourself, and it comes out as well. However, one should always remember that the need, the chip to learn Torah exists in all of us. Not everybody can write a book. Not everybody is expressive in a way that able to take an idea and to form it into words. That's also it's a form of an art. Right? You need to train in that. You need to learn how to write a halachic article and so on and so forth. But all of us, all Jews, have the need to learn Torah. Has the chip, there's the beacon light inside of us that sends messages. You know, every day from Chorev, from Har Sinai, there is a heavenly voice that says, guys, you got to learn Torah. Oy la le Torah, you know, you have to learn Torah, you have to learn Torah. We have a beacon inside of us that sends messages, that feels that message that come from Har. It's the black box of Jews is in Har Sinai. And then each and every one of us, when we receive the Torah, the 600,000 roots of Neshamot that were in Har Sinai, that those roots of Neshamot spread up to be like a tree, right? Every tree has branches and then sub-branches and little branches and so on and so forth. These are what we are, but the 600,000 roots of neshamot that were present in Har Sinai, which were the total sum of the roots of neshamot of Am Israel, all of them got implanted, that silicon chip inside of them that forever is going to connect with Har Sinai to learn. The question is, why don't we all learn Torah? And the reason is very simple. Sometimes we jam our own Torah. We put a lot of jamming devices around it. We put like a LED box around our beacon that tells us. Sometimes we use, all kind of different electronic jamming. We unplug our batteries, but we all have that. It's the reason why we don't do that is because it's always transmitting, but the reason is because we don't let it connect with that sound. Why are we doing that? Why do we as Jews don't all learn Torah? Because it's very difficult for some people to admit to the fact that they were wrong and they lived their life in the wrong way. Speak to secular Israelis and you will see it in exaggerated even more. If you speak to secular Americans, it's not that in-your-face kind of a thing. In Israel, it's more because in Israel, the land of Israel, the spiritual energies are very extreme. So the more extreme measures you need to subside it, to kill it. So you speak to secular Israelis, the hatred they had is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Recently, two guys, famous guys, in Israel said, argument's sake, that Sfaradim are inferior to Ashkenazim based on the country in which they came and blah, 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 the whole entire thing. A big turmoil. Of course, he would never say something like this about Arabs, but he would say it about Sfaradim. He would say it about people who learn Torah that are primitive and there's, well done. There's a very sad story of a woman who became Choser B'She'ela. She went off the derech, she was a Ger Chassid, and there was some family dispute over who's going to take care of the kids. The husband says, I want to take care of the kids. They were born in this, and she wanted to take her kids out of Torah life to come with her, and so on and so forth. She killed herself. She committed suicide. But committed suicide is not because they couldn't give her the kids. Committed suicide is a certain aspect that psychologists need to go. However, it was an opportunity to bash the Ger Hasidim. It wasn't about the woman anymore. It's about bashing that. And why such bashing of religious life happened in Israel? Because it's transmitting very, very hard. But we keep on doing. But if you are a Jew, you need to feel that you want to live like a Jew. You want to really know who you are. As we said previously, if you ask someone and he tells you, what are you? You ask him, what are you? He says, I'm an Israeli first, then I'm a Jew. You ask him, very, very nice. It's very nice. At what right do you sit in this land? If you sit in this land because you're an Israeli, so therefore the Arabs are right. You are an occupier. You are an occupier. You came to the land from where? Where'd you come from? You came from Poland, from Russia, from Morocco. You came from all over the place. And you took their land. They're absolutely correct. They're absolutely correct. They're right. You are the occupier. However, if you are a Jew, it turns the whole thing around where they are the occupiers. Because the reason why they are the occupiers is because this land was your land based on what it says in the Tanakh and the Bible. And nobody can deny the Bible. Well, if you deny the Bible, you deny your right to be in the land, isn't it? So why don't you want to examine how you are, examine what it is to live Jewish life. Examine. Take a, as we said the other day, take a 30-year-old person, minus the years he was bar mitzvah, give him a discount until 20, she'en onshim min hashamayim, we don't punish him until 20 years old. So tell him, listen, from 20 to 30, that's 10 years. 10 years. I'm not saying, if you want to have an opinion, you have to try something. You can't just have an opinion without knowing what it is. I mean, then you're an idiot, right? So I'll give you half. Give me 5 years and live your life like a Jew. 5 years, live like a Jew. Be Shomer Torah mitzvot, expose yourself to the culture, to the beauty of it, and so on and so forth, to your own culture. If you don't like it, okay, gesundheit, but at least try it. If you not try it, therefore who's the primitive? Not me, you. So if you feel a little downside, you're feeling a little down on your limud, you are not so much mitchazek be'avodat Hashem. It's a big temptation today. It's the summer, it's hot, all the girls are out, everybody wants to be like we're going back to Eden, like before the Chet. Everybody's walking naked in the street, the hormones are bursting out with your sweat. It's a wonderful thing, Sit down in the siesta, get a little drunk, it's a summer, summer. I need time to relax, Rabbi. I need to chill out. I'll be back. You're not going to be back. You are not going to be back. That's it. You went black. You can't go back. You turn off the light. You turn off your spiritual light. So if you feel that you are starting on a decline, you don't feel this burning desire in you to learn, to express, to exchange Torah opinions. I'm telling you, when I'm here, I just go home to sleep. I mean, the invigoration that I get from coming here and learning and sharing opinions with you and learning with you, that's the drug of my life. So if you don't feel that, if today you don't feel like learning, today you don't feel like learning, so you know what, I cut myself some slack. I'm gonna go. I'll go chill out. I don't know. Where are you going to go? To the Highland. I don't know. Highland? Highline. I'm going to go to the Highline. I'm going to check out the, right? That's fine. If you want to do so, but make sure you come first to learn. It's okay to go. If you want to come to learn, take a little break so you won't burn out. I hear you. It's fine. It's summer. It's terrific. But I don't understand this concept of Ben Azmanim. מה זאת אומרת Ben Azmanim? מה זה Ben Azmanim? My Ben Azmanim, that's it, it's off. And say, okay, turn the light off. Okay, so you want to take a little break, but come and learn. If you feel a little down on your avodat Hashem, on your desire to learn, in other words, that chip inside of you is, you don't feel the transmission of it strong. You don't feel it like wanna erupt. You have the need, as much as an artist will have the need to draw or the need to do something. You don't have the need for speed. You don't have the need to learn. Well, you know that you are kind of jamming your transmitter. You got to look into that. And the reason why is this happening to me? And the reason cannot be because the rabbi is boring, because of this, because of that. The reason is that's not the reason. The reason is you. You are doing something. You are wicking it up. You are not strong enough. You need to clean it up. You need to give it a boost, to give it a charge. That thing needs to transmit loud and clear. Roger that, pilot, right? You want to be my wingman? You can be my wingman. Dr. Wingman. All right. What are we going to call you? I'm Maverick. What are you going to be? You're going to be Iceman?
I'll be Dan Man.
Huh? What are you going to be? Dan Man? Okay, he's going to be Dan Man. But that's what it is. You got to hear that beacon loud and clear. That the urge will come into you. It's going to be like a Ma'ayan Midgaber, like an overflowing brook, bubbling all the time. That you want to learn. There are other things you need to do. Yeah, you need to maintain your composure, so they say. You need to maintain yourself. Give yourself a little bit of a break in terms of like the time. Instead of sitting down and doing nothing or go to sleep. Okay, so let's go for a walk, exercise. But you need to make sure that the urge, the desire is there all the time. Again, if you feel it a little down, you got to look at yourself. So, guys, turn up the volume, pump up the volume. As I said, pump up the volume, right? And start transmitting. And I hope that it will be contagious for you enough, so other people will tap into that energy that you generate from yourself also, so they could hear it also. So. Have a nice day.